Hi, and welcome to a very special coworking, a podcast about what makes coworking special. And this month, we're welcoming Séverine Redon from HiFlow in Geneva, Switzerland. First of all, Séverine, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Hello, Fanny. Thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure shared. And I was explaining to Séverine how I got to know about them. I'm on a lucky strike with Switzerland's co-working spaces. I started interviewing one, and then after each recording, I always ask if they have some kind of recommendation, if there's anybody who's doing something that they're interested in and should get featured on the podcast. And spaces in Switzerland have been recommending themselves. So I go from one place to another, and it's really great to discover what's happening in Switzerland, which is about the same size as Belgium and has also three official languages, which is rare in Europe. It's great to see how lively it is, how dynamic it is, and everything that we've working on. HiFlow, I know, has many different things going on, so we'll be talking about that. But first of all, Severin, how did it all start? How did you dive into this crazy industry that is co-working?
Actually, maybe I can start talking about what I did before. I spent about 20 years in Paris, and I got the chance to work in the event industry, working with different companies, brands, and this idea of, to gather people around the climax event and to produce joy. I think it's always has been my drive. Finally, after all these years in Paris, I got this challenge to work on this 10,000 square meters building, and I was asked to do something with it. It was almost empty at that time. I said, okay, why not? But I really wanted to do my own way, and it means I truly love arts and culture. For me, it's very
Yes.
essential to the society and to me, actually. So I told the owner that I would imagine a special place. It would not be a co-working. I actually, it's very funny, but 5 years ago when we opened the place, I kept saying, no, we are not a co-working. And people would say, yes, you are, because you have spaces, you rent spaces, and you have different companies. But I think at that time, I kept saying that just because I wanted to focus on the fact that HiFlow was not only a co-working space. I meant it was foremost an idea, like a philosophy, and also a non-profit organization with a mission. And our mission was to bring together actors from different horizons to highlight their initiatives, and with the idea that actually we wanted to raise awareness in the business world, about the importance of culture. Today, I think it's still hard for people to understand what we do. So sometimes, yeah, we are co-working, but we do many of our mission really as a non-profit organization is to think about our future, our society, how companies can be really are the key actors for the future, actually. The more sustainable future, more positive. Yeah. That it started with a drive and a big interest for culture and the idea that we could meet industry and culture are made to work together, I think. They are not only compatible, but they feed each other. So I think it's nice to have a place where you can invite artists, designers to meet CEOs and entrepreneurs, and that would produce something interesting, especially if you add also researchers from the academic world. That all these point of view, the different visions would match maybe some. Naturally, it would produce an interesting conversation at least. So that's why I enjoy actually hosting them.
That's a really impressive mission, like colluding all to this different way of thinking and all those different words, which, as you say, we could think are totally different and apart, but they feed on each other, they enrich one another. So that's really nice.
Yes, and at the beginning, so we had this 10,000 square meters building, so huge building in this industrial area called Plan-les-Ouates. It's 20 minutes from Geneva Center. It's a big area, like you will find around 550 companies, maybe 12,000 employees in this total area. And in the
Yes.
building, we bring together 50 companies in a whole building. And to start, we start with one floor, saying, okay, in this floor, especially, we will launch HiFlow, like
Yes.
high energy, low tech, high tech, low tech. It was like thinking the space. And the owner said, okay, let's do it. And they decided to invest in the renovating this floor, the 3,000 square meters floor. And it began like that, I think, yes. And then we launched Factory 36 on the first floor, which is more dedicated to artisans. So here we have
Craftsman.
offices, and then on the first floor we have a manufacturer company. Anyway, so now we are fully booked. So I guess the challenge is we did it.
Congrats. And you were saying that it's been 5 years you opened, right?
Yes,
So it means you opened in 2020. So you were in Paris taking care of managing events, and that the pandemic hits 2020, or the whole event industry became crazy because everything changes. And you go from Paris to Switzerland to take care of a 10,000 square meter space.
Yes, that's it. Actually, in 2019 it began because it was just before
Okay.
COVID, and so
Yeah.
we worked on this project. Then we launched the renovation, and then the COVID just before the opening, like boom. But in
Yeah.
Switzerland, it was not so difficult to continue to develop a project. Of course, it was hard, and we finally could open it in September 2020 between the two COVID, I don't know how to say it, COVID vague, I don't know. Yeah, but it
Waves.
still could open in September 2020. But it was hard because everybody would keep
Yeah.
working at home. And what a lot of companies were so happy to be able to leave their homes and come to work in our place. So actually, it was fast to get the floor booked. So that was nice. But COVID
Wow.
taught us that the danger of isolation. So promoting art and culture in the workplace, I think it's a wonderful vector to get out of that loneliness. And even if companies are working in their offices, sometimes they would go out for a coffee. Okay, the best way I think, to get the chance to know each other is around subjects. It could be a conference, could be a meeting an artist, and then they can start a chat or whatever and become friends. So I think the exhibitions, conferences are a very nice way to gather people together. Yeah.
Yes. And when you started, so you said it was before the pandemic, and the goal was really to bring business, industry, and culture all together. Was that something you wanted to do? Did you find a partner with whom you could? What trigger you wanted to leave the event industry, even if you're still managing some event, I guess, right now, but to really go from Paris to Switzerland to Geneva and to go from event to managing a space about all that? What triggers that?
Yes, I don't know. I got this opportunity. Actually, I had to move to Geneva
Yes.
anyway for personal reasons.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
a good opportunity to do that. It's like a family call. And it's very similar. Like you produce events or you manage a place. It's about a venue. It's about people. It's about providing services, making them happy. So it's very similar actually. But difference maybe is in this place, I can really develop this vision of how can we be useful to the society, what could be our positive impact, how could we invite CEOs to think like us, sustainability or well-being at work. And it's far beyond just being a space, a co-working space. The program we are producing with these conferences, I think we had around 200 speakers from since the beginning who could come and share their know-how. And also the same around 200 artists and designers. So it's very nice to see all these ideas
Yeah.
and creating bridges, sharing stories, showing tangible results also. They could get all
Yeah.
little by little. You can federate a group actually. And
Yeah.
also, our challenge is to show institutions and other companies that they have to support us, to help us to be more visible, and foremost to help these creator to be more visible. And so that's what
Yes.
we try to do, and what's very
Great to
exciting
hear.
about it.
Yeah, and it sounds like it really hits the spot because, as you said, even during the pandemic, you got full or you got many people quite fast. And right now you're completely full. So you're popular. You have some success, huh?
Popular, I don't know. We still have to get more visibility. So thank you for the interview, actually.
Okay.
No, maybe sometimes I wish we could maybe have another place, HiFlow. We can develop the same philosophy. Would be nice. At least we have in the floor, we have 400 square meters dedicated to what we call the hub, and where we organize and
Yes.
produce exhibitions. So I wish the hub would be every day full of some workshops and companies coming using it. So yeah, we still have some possibilities of just renting the
Yes.
spaces. Yeah. And the anniversary, I think it's a real milestone for HiFlow because it's a good
Yes.
way to get some more supports and maybe to even imagine what could be the future of HiFlow, together all the partners. It's an exciting time for us.
Yeah. Yeah, because as you were saying at the beginning, not your co-working space, but you're not only a co-working space, you're doing many different things. So you run desk, you run spaces, offices, you organize events, as you said, conferences, workshop, you're doing exhibitions. What else are you doing?
Yes, we could work with like very nice design school, art school, engineering schools, creating partnerships. And what I really think is that we are the right place to showcase new talents. Over the past few years, 5 years, we produce a lot of
Yes.
exhibitions and conferences. I think the more, I mean, what I really would people say about HiFlow is that the great
Yes.
place, the place where young generation would really show their big ideas for the future. And it's the place where companies can
Yes.
bring their employees to provide them some open-minded, creative way of thinking, and also to think
Yes.
responsible for the next generations, I would say, but for their, I mean, for the
Yes.
society. I think so.
Yeah, so that's a lot of different goals and different things. And I think this is usually what people say about co-working. What they like is that it's a hub for creativity, innovation, and usually it would happen organically, like you're saying, during conferences, people start to chit chat and something happens. Some ideas are born, some partnership are created. But I feel you're taking it a step further in making more of those partnership between, as you're saying, the younger generation students, between the creative, between the industrials and all that.
Yes, I think it's very important. And having a good idea is one thing, and keeping it alive is another thing too. So we
Yes.
have to keep the pressure. We have to, yeah, we have to keep the pressure. We have to keep having new ideas, feeding the companies so that
Yes.
I like to say that we augment their lives. So yes, that
Yes.
they would be so happy to come. Sometimes some CEO, they would say, of course, our company is a great company to work for, but cherry on the cake, you work at iFlow. Sometimes to hire some new talents, they use it as a key point. Like it's so nice, so cool to be
Yeah.
here. So you will be in contact with artists, designers. You will be nourished. And when they say so, I am very happy about that.
Yeah, that's great feedback to get from your members. And I'm thinking that's a lot of different things you're doing. A big place you're managing. You're not alone in this,
Of course,
right?
that is a team, and from the beginning,
Yeah,
actually,
yeah.
it was very important for us to gather actors from the economy, the academy, and also people, of course, from the culture field. And so we have a board of people helping us to get the right vision. And also inside it, I have a team, Reda, Medicine, Celine, who are working on communication, programmation, and of course to give the best services to our residents.
Yeah, no, that's it. It's interesting. You have a board that helps you to shape the strategy, to see when you should go, what to prioritize, what to
Yeah,
prioritize.
yeah, exactly. And also they help us
Mhm.
to build the network because each of them has a different
Yes.
network, and from the beginning they would
Uh-huh.
activate good contacts, and it can be for exhibitions, it can be for partnership, just or even just to promote the place to other companies. So that was nice. I think that was a good way to fill it quickly, to have a board and
Yeah.
people from different backgrounds and others that would come together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's great that everybody has a say in it, and that you're again bringing all those people from different backgrounds together. Maybe your members, maybe your boards, maybe through all your events and all that.
Yeah.
And you were saying that there's room for development to get more visibility, to put your designers, your artists more on the spotlight. What are you planning to do for that?
Actually, we are opening this new exhibition. I mean, from September,
Okay.
actually, when the
Yes.
new exhibition will be a 2 month exhibition. And this year, for the whole year, we want to, how can I say that? We will, I mean, it's the 5th anniversary. So we are hosting a big party
Yes.
first. It's
Oh.
will be, yeah, it's be a very festive celebration with all our partners. And I think it's going to be huge. So that's great. And the
Yeah.
exhibition will take place. We will be there for 2 months. But it's about dream. The exhibition is called Dream Up, and it's an invitation to think
Yes.
differently and to show how the dreams are important and a good way to change positively. And then we will have a big events in April, next April, and we're working on it. We want to
Yes.
gather great experts for on sustainability, and the subject will be the wonder and believing. So the wonder, how
Oh.
if you take the time to look around and see how beautiful is the place we are living on, called the Earth. If you take the time,
Yes.
you will see how wonderful it is. And if you take that time, you will say, okay, it's so wonderful that I have to protect it. We will showcase on this idea and bring together a philosopher, writers, scientists to talk about our way to take care. And it can also be like startups, the CEO invited
Yes.
who have great ideas to protect the planet. I don't know if it's clear, but
Yeah, that sounds I totally. It sounds a bit like a TED Talk, your very own TED Talk at your own place, your own style of conference.
yeah, I wish I could be. But we have the chance. So we had so many speakers who came pro bono just because they believed in the project. So that's nice also.
Yeah, yeah. And that's something you said at the beginning too, that you started as a nonprofit. It was a goal. So I understand it is important to give back to the community and be there as a nonprofit.
And also, it's important that, for instance, we have a company, a sponsor called Romand d'Energie. They are involved in the
Yes.
green energy, and they support our supporters. And so now the challenge for the next years are really to gather other companies, other sponsors who would really help us to grow and to develop our mission, actually. So that's the challenge.
Yeah, yeah. You're talking about your sponsors. Before you were talking about some partners, also your board, your members, and I guess your staff in some ways. Are there all some kind of partnerships? And I understand that building those partnership and building a strong network, strong connection with different actors in your different industry is important, is key as well.
I think the
Yes.
collective is the main thing. You cannot do by yourself
Mm-hmm.
everything. And if you want to think big, you have to
Mm-hmm.
think with others. You have to think, yeah, in a collective way. And actually, it's really great because you get the chance to meet people, wonderful people every day. to have great conversations. And I arrived from Paris. I didn't know much, not many people. And with this project, now I got the chance to have met
Yes.
many of them. For me, it was
Yeah,
great.
so you were not from Geneva, you were from Paris and you came in Geneva, all new expat, all that, and didn't know anybody. And with all that network that you were building with HiFlow, you got to meet so many people.
Yeah, and many people from different fields. I love to
Uh,
meet artists and to follow their work. I know I still have some connection for sure in Paris. Over these
yes.
5 past years, I got the chance to have this artistic network, scientific network, economic network, and that's great.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm wondering, so you were saying you had to be in Geneva personally, but what about HiFlow? Why did it start in Geneva and not somewhere else? And why this specific area, this specific building
It
did you
could,
to make it there?
I think it could be anywhere, any other cities, because art is everywhere. So it has to be a big city, and art has to be everywhere. And the building, actually, I had to this mission to fill the building, and then
Yes.
I created the HiFlow, and then I decided, and then
Ooh.
it was okay. It would match my objective of creating an association, non-profit organization, matching my interest, my passions around culture
Yes.
and innovation. And also it would help my mission to my objective, my goals to be achieved. But I think it could have, yeah, I think it's the opportunity who created HiFlow. When I was in Paris,
Mm-hmm.
I founded places, also creative places. One was dedicated to emerging talent. The other one was
Yes.
hosting events. And then there, I decided to get together women in the cultural field. And now it's a circle called Wise Women, still existing. So,
Ah.
something happens when you keep moving, and sometimes, oh yeah, maybe we could do that. Oh yes, maybe we could have this new idea, and by chance it can last. So here, yeah, the
Mm-hmm.
building, with the building came HiFlow, and now HiFlow can be anywhere. We could be another building in the center of Geneva or in Lausanne or whatever. And sometimes when you were talking about other co-workings in Switzerland, it's nice because we are
Yes.
more like partners. Not, I don't see them like competitors because they are
Mm-hmm.
their own soul and philosophy and way of doing things.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nice that we would be many doing that. But what I want to say is that HiFlow could be anywhere actually. But it needs a big space because yes, we have 3,000 square meters. We have been asked to manage this kind of small spaces, and I think we need a big space. We need a place we can produce these exhibitions, and yeah, it's better. We have this chance to have big, huge space, which is nice. I don't know why
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, all those conferences, all those exhibition, plus the co-working space per se, it takes space. You need to be able to manage all that in one building here. So that's pretty awesome.
Now we need maybe to develop and to like kids. I don't know.
Sisters, daughters.
Yes,
Yeah.
right.
Bit by bit, we're going towards the end. But before we do that, I wanted to ask you if there's still one last thing you would like to talk about.
I don't know. Maybe what I can
Mm-hmm.
say is that what
Mm-hmm.
matters for us is inspiring people. Like
Yes.
people would come and leave with more questions than answers. They would need to continue thinking about people
Yes.
or subjects that they could be. I don't know. But you mean
Yeah, they could develop, they could dive deeper, ask even more questions.
yes, exactly. So we want to continue to be a space where curiosity is encouraged. Yeah,
Yes.
that's the main
Mm-hmm.
thing.
Curiosity. I love that.
Yeah, you can
Mm-hmm.
do anything with curiosity, I think, and the will and the energy.
Yeah.
It is necessary to find ideas. Yeah, you
Mm-hmm.
can keep doing what you do without any. without questioning yourself, but I'm not this way, I'm not this way.
Yeah. No, I love to start my day with 30 minutes of I Kurti stack, learn something new.
So great.
So every day I start my day by learning something new. I believe also curiosity is it's a drive to move forward, to do more, better, or different. Just
Yeah, I think it keeps you young, yeah, also. When you keep learning things every day, as you do.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much for the conversation. It's a lovely conclusion. Curiosity, it'd be a word that I will remember.
Okay, great. Thank you, Fanny, for this conversation.
Before we leave, what's the best way to reach out to you, Severine, and to reach out to HiFlow if people want to know more?
You can send me an email. It's Séverine at HiFlow.ch. And the team, you will
Yes.
find the team at contact@HiFlow.ch. Of course, you can follow us on the networks, I mean, the social media, Instagram, LinkedIn, of course. And you can also sign up for our newsletter. So you will know everything about the next events and the latest stories, whatever, the behind the scenes stories,
Yes.
following our newsletter. That's it.
And your newsletter is on your website or is it somewhere
Yeah,
else?
you can go on the website and send an email, and then, yes, you can be added to the list.
Okay, fantastic. I'll add those in the show notes so that people can find them easily. And that's it for us. Thank you so much for all this curiosity. And let's catch up again.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Fanny.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.